My greetings to all. Today's grammar tutorial is about tenses. And in this grammar tutorial, we're going to compare between the past simple and the present perfect. To start with, using the perfect tenses in English is an area of conflict because many of you misinterpret the meaning of the present perfect structure on the grounds that you and others tend to translate from your mother tongue language to English, not bearing in mind that there is no lexical equivalent to the present perfect and actually to all the other perfect tenses in English. So if you look for an equivalent tense in your mother tongue, you won't find an equivalent tense for the present perfect, the past perfect, the future perfect, the present perfect continuous, the past perfect continuous, and the future perfect continuous. Therefore, translating is not going to help. So both tenses, the simple present and the present perfect, would give the same meaning. I want to show you how. If you say, I typed an email without referring to yesterday, or I have typed an email, both have the same meaning. If you tend and try to translate these two sentences into your mother tongue language, you would find out that they both have the same meaning, regardless whether they are used in the past simple or the present perfect. And the same thing applies for the other two sentences. She studied hard, the kids slept. She has studied hard, the kids have slept. So back again, translating into your mother tongue language will not help you. How can we solve this problem? Easily by referring to functions. I want to show you later on how functions can help a lot, and also the graphs can help a lot to differentiate between mixing or confusing tenses. Okay, let's go on. Let's start with the structures. The past simple, as you know, comes as one verb only, as verb-2. It's either regular, that is, it ends with an ed or a d, or it's irregular, and in this case, the whole verb changes from verb-1 into verb-2, sleep, slept, drive, drove. While as for the present perfect, it's either has or have, plus past participle. Again, the past participle can be regular or irregular. Now going down to the sentences again, and let me pick one part, which is the past simple, copy, and then go down to functions, and I want to show you how you can use functions to describe and to discuss the past simple. Now as for the past simple, now the past simple is a complete verb. It's a complete verb, okay? With no reference or connection to the present. It's a verb that started in the past, okay? Started in the past, completed in the past, and it is not connected to the present. Therefore, I typed an email, she studied hard, the kids slept early. All these are past simple sentences. They are all complete actions. They all have complete actions in the past, but with no reference or connection or consequence or importance in the present. Therefore, if you translate that and if you figure out the meaning, when I say the kids slept early, you know what that means? That they are doing something else right now. I'm just asking, when did the kids sleep? When did the kids sleep? I may be referring to last night. A mother would say, well, the kids slept early. Now, so where are the kids right now? They could be anywhere else. They could be in the garden playing. They could be in school studying. They could be in the living room watching TV, but they are not in their room. And if I say I typed an email, you know what that means? That could be a week ago. My manager is asking me, did you type that email I gave you? Sure, sir. I typed that email long time ago. And if I say that she studied hard for her exam, you know what that means? Now she's back from school. She didn't do well in her exam, and she's blaming herself. And she's asking, I studied hard for my exam. What happened? Now, as for the present perfect, let me take these, the present perfect sentences, and show you how to use these with reference to the functions and the graph. Okay? So if you say, I have typed an email, okay, what does that mean? It means that the email is still there, it's connected, it has reference to the present, it has consequence, and it has importance. So I have typed an email, I haven't sent the email yet. Still there. I could be going to the manager to get his approval on the email. She has studied hard for her exam. You know what that means? Now she's ready to go for school, to go for the exam. The kids have slept early. Now they are in their room, not anywhere else, not in the living room or outside playing or actually in school. They are in their room. That's what it means. Just compare it to the kids slept early. They could be anywhere else but not in their room. They could be where? They could be in the living room, in school, outside playing, but not in their room. Okay? Now if you look at the graph, it's an action which also happened in the past, completed in the past, but it has reference, connection to the present, consequence in the present, importance in the present. My advice to you before we go on, don't ever use the following three verbs to compare the past simple and the present perfect. Teach, work, and live. Because these three verbs are so confusing. They could be giving the same meaning. So if you say I lived and I have lived, it could be like I lived and I have lived, it could be the same meaning. I taught and I have taught, I worked and I have worked, they are the same meaning. So my advice to you, don't ever use these to compare the past simple and the present perfect, and even to compare in our coming tutorial the present perfect and the present perfect continuous. The present perfect and the present perfect continuous. They could be having the same meaning, especially when dealing with the three verbs teach, work, and live. Now, let's take more examples. The secretary has typed 3 urgent emails in less half an hour. This is present perfect. We depend on the structure to tell whether it is present perfect or past simple, but that's not enough. Now the meaning is more important. So now here the secretary typed 3 urgent emails in less than half an hour. What does that mean? Here the 3 emails are still there. She needs to go to the manager, to her boss, and ask for his approval on the 3 emails, or she's going to ask someone, a colleague, a workmate, someone who works in the same office, to have a look on these emails before she forwards them. But here she did this long time ago. Maybe the manager is asking her, what happened with the emails I asked you to type? Sir, I typed the 3 emails long time ago and I have actually sent them. Now let's compare the following examples. If I say the company's bus has come, what does that mean? It means that the company's bus is still there waiting for me. But if I say the company's bus came long time ago, I missed the bus, I have to walk to work or take a cab, a taxi. I have made myself a cup of coffee, I'm still drinking it, but I made myself a cup of coffee. This means that I don't feel like having coffee anymore. I might have a cup of tea. If I say she has made some food, the food is still there, it hasn't been eaten all. But if I say she made some food, the food was all eaten, it was so delicious, it didn't stay that long. And if I say I have cleaned the car is so clean. But if I say I cleaned the car is not clean anymore, so I have to clean it again. Now going down to these examples, and I would like you to study and look for clues. Always, when you consider these confusing tenses, always look for clues. Okay? If you find them, it would be easier for you to tell which one to use, the present perfect or the past simple. Starting with the first one, my room. The room is very clean and tidy. This is connected to the present with importance and consequence. I have tidied. I cleaned. Lunch. I went back to my work. I'm not home anymore, so I'm not connected with no consequence and importance. I ate. She, a delicious cake. It was all eaten after dinner. There is nothing left. No connection, no importance, no consequence in the present. She made. Layla shopping in the morning. She's home now. She's not in the mall anymore. She's back. So she's not connected or with reference, importance, or consequence. So she went. But if she is still in the mall and without this one, okay, she would say she has gone shopping. But in this case, because I say she's home now, that's why I said look for clues. Okay, she's home now, say we went, she went. My keys, I can't find them anywhere. I'm still looking for them. I have lost. Connected to the present. Ryan, all his clothes, they are very clean now. Very clean, connected to the present, with importance and consequence. He has washed. Ali's friend, he's waiting for him in the living room. He came up to visit him. So he has come. Because we're still connected to the present, with consequence and importance. My missing watch, I can't find it. I'm looking for it now. So you say, actually I found it. I'm looking at it now. So you say, I have found it. Because you're connected to the present. The last one, Suleiman, sick for some time. Now he's very active and energetic. So does he still feel sick? No. So we say, he felt. Thank you for being with me in this tutorial. Our next tutorial is going to be about the present perfect and the present perfect continuous. Thank you very much.